You must know the flag of this country. Did you know that before Iran became a modern country, Iran was a very advanced nation in ancient times? Precisely 2,500 years ago? Let's go back 2,500 years. The story begins in the arid yet majestic Iranian plateau. Under Cyrus the Great, the Achaemenid Empire was not merely a conqueror, but the world's first beacon of tolerance. Cyrus liberated colonized peoples and inscribed the first human rights, adorned with reliefs of delegations from around. On the Cyrus Cylinder, its pinnacle was Persepolis, a palace complex with towering columns, the world bringing tribute. The world was accustomed to cruelty, but when Cyrus conquered the great kingdoms, he did not force the defeated people to bow to his gods. For him, dignity was the key to stability. He did not destroy the temples of his opponents. He brought new rules. 539 BC Babylon, the most powerful city in the world, fell to the Persians. However, there was no looting. Koresh stepped in as liberator. He ended the long exile of the Jewish people, allowing them to return to Jerusalem to rebuild the house of their God. During this time, the majority of Persians embraced Zoroastrianism, an ancient religion with an eternal flame symbolizing the purity of God. They were a wealthy, intelligent people with a strong sense of national pride. Times changed. In the 7th century AD, exhausted by decades of war against the Byzantine Empire, the weakened Persia was challenged by a new force from the Arabian desert, the Muslim army. The Persian elite initially underestimated them, but in the legendary Battle of Al-Qadisiyah, the Muslim army's deadly strategy and jihadist mentality shattered the Persian war elephant formation. The capital fell, the fire temple was extinguished, and the empire, which had reigned for thousands of years, collapsed instantly. This was a major psychological trauma. Their pride as world rulers was shattered in an instant. After the Persian nation was conquered by the Muslims, the self-esteem of the Persian people was destroyed. Imagine, a great nation like Persia, which had ruled the world for thousands of years, suddenly they became ordinary citizens. Despite being defeated militarily and embracing Islam, the Persians refused to become Arabs. They chose to fight with their brains. Because the Arabs were inexperienced in managing a large state, the caliphs were forced to employ Persian officials, scientists, and architects. As a result, the style of Islamic government changed to reflect Persian style. This was the Golden Age known as the Islamic Golden Age. While Europe was in darkness, the light of knowledge shone brightly in Persia. Under the auspices of the Abbasid Caliphate and local dynasties, such as the Samanids, Persian scholars not only translated Greek and Indian texts but also surpassed them. In the House of Wisdom, Beit al-Hikmah, algorithms were invented. Modern medicine was formulated by Ibn Sina, and the stars were mapped with astonishing accuracy. Mosque architecture became galleries of intricate geometric art, symbolizing the order of the universe. Unfortunately, this power did not last long. In the 13th century, the Mongols attacked. They destroyed buildings, burned libraries, burned fields, and caused extraordinary chaos. After being devastated by the Mongol invasion in the 13th century, Persia was finally reunited in 1501 by the Safavid Dynasty under the Leadership of the 14-year-old Shah Ismail I.
Henceforth, the land of Persia is united under the banner of the Safavid Dynasty.
Shah Ismail I's radical decision to convert Persia to Shia Islam, giving Sunni clerics the choice of converting or dying, sparked the fury of Sultan Selim I of the Ottoman Empire. The clash of these two forces culminated in one of the most decisive battles in Islamic history, the Battle of Chaldiran in 1514. Shah Ismail's decision split the two major sects that hated each other into the eastern camp of Sunni and the western camp of Shia. The war between the two lasted for centuries, brutal and full of bloodshed. The war lasted for hundreds of years, causing extraordinary chaos as a result of the war between the two Persian camps. The end of this forced belief resulted in something unexpected. Slowly but surely, for hundreds of years under the rule of the Safavid Dynasty, Shia teachings were truly ingrained and accepted in the souls of the Persian people. Why is that? Because it turns out, the narrative of suffering in Shia teachings, especially the tragic story of the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad in the desert of Karbala, Imam Hussein, is very relatable to the feelings of the Persian people. They both feel like an oppressed nation. The result is a very unique cultural blend. They managed to maintain the distance from Arab culture and seizures by the Ottomans, succeeded in avoiding territorial. Why are we discussing the historical story of the transition of the fall of a great kingdom and a bloody war? Just look at the international news now. The Middle East conflict involving America and its allies against Iran. Many people think it is just a religious war. But if you look at the story earlier, this is purely a legacy of geopolitical struggle, a struggle for influence and pride of civilization for thousands of years. The result is that modern Iran is the remnant of a giant civilization that refused to disappear. From a super-tolerant fire worshipper conquered by the Arab powers, to a main pillar of Islamic intellectualism, to finally forcing itself to change its religious sect at the point of the sword in order to avoid colonization from neighboring countries. The story of Persia teaches us one important thing. The identity and independence of a nation do not fall from the sky. They are forged through thousands of years of long suffering, clever adaptation, and having to be forced to accept inhumane political decisions. We've just seen how Iran became a large and influential country in the world. Thank you for watching until the end. Make sure you like this video, leave your comments, and stay tuned for the next historical story.